Kia ora, I'm James Nokise, and we're on one hell of a road trip through Aotearoa. So come check out some of the people and places that make this country special. Welcome to Dunedin. When you think of Ōtepoti, you generally think of burning couches, or Jaffas being rolled down the steepest street in the world, or Scarfies, students living up large here on Castle Street. But today, we're going to go check out a different kind of wildlife, with just as much, you know.
I often talk about albatross as being the gateway drug into bird watching.
Because I think a lot of Kiwis, when they think of the albatross, if they haven't seen it, they're just like, oh yeah, it's a real big seagull.
They're about 1 metre tall and the wingspan is 3 metres. Now that's about twice my height.
Yeah, it's a very large, voluptuous seagull.
Yeah, the doc call it charismatic megafauna.
Charismatic megafauna.
Yeah,
I like that.
we just like royal albatross.
Charismatic megafauna sounds like its drag race name.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Put on a bit of lippy and
Yeah, I mean,
off we go.
Looking at giant birds with binoculars, it's kind of like they're flying towards you. Oh man.
You can see Pippa behind us here. It's been seen over 5 million views from 200 countries around the world. So this albatross is world famous. A lot of people like penguins more than albatross, and I just didn't get it because they don't photograph well. Like albatross, every angle is a great angle.
Yeah.
And the penguins looks a little bit furtive.
So you're
like
absolutely
little thugs. Well, I know I
like
love the
little thugs.
penguins. Well, they're just a little bit less royal.
I just want to apologise to the penguin community of New Zealand. You know, it's often a stereotype that's put on penguins. Obviously, albatross are doing more white feather crime. It's just not picked up as much.
Penguins are quite lively. They're noisy, and they have little fights and bit of mating.
Oh, right.
So on the webcam at night time, the albatross chick will be trying to get some sleep, and the noisy penguins are just wandering past.
Right, and just, you know, having their...
Yeah, they are very noisy.
We've all been at festivals. We know how that can go. I love it.
Yeah.
I love your infectious joy for what you're doing. What do you love the most about your work here?
The albatross. Of course, the albatross chicks.
Question.
I mean, look at those fluffy white albatross chicks. You don't want to hug them. They have 3 kinds of lice, and one of them's a centimetre big. So, and they smell like regurgitated squid. But you just look at this wildlife and you think how privileged you are to share space with it. Until you've been on that sacred headland with the albatross, you know that's the magic of the place.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sleep tonight thinking about that lice.
They're really big.
But you're not really doing a job, eh? Like, this is just a dream for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Very lucky. Dream job.
So our rehab is just in behind here. But the one that's got the flippy band, he's a little bit of a bully.
And are these two a couple?
Well, they've become a bit of a couple since I've been here.
Yeah. And then they've hooked up during lockdown.
Yep.
Another classic New Zealand love story.
We've been averaging about 100 penguins per summer. Last year we ended up with 300 penguins come through.
Wow.
The busiest we got to at one point was just over 100 birds in care at once.
Holy cow.
It was pretty manic, pretty smelly. They eat about 1 kilogram of fish each per day, which means about 100 kilograms that you got to clean up out the other end as well.
Per day?
Per day.
Morgan Freeman did not tell me that.
All right, we'll go to try find some out in the wild. And one of our lovely buses over here.
Great.
Get across the farm and over to our reserve over the back.
All right, to the penguin bus. That was a pop culture reference to the original Batman TV series in the 1970s. I used to say to them, it's not important. I don't know why I did it.
Yeah.
Thanks, driver.
I'll lead you straight through to where I know there is a penguin already at home. He's taken a day off today.
Fair enough. It's a busy week.
So Toby lives in this area. He's got quite a big territory and he's a very territorial penguin as well.
Right.
But his wife, Tash, she's got one pupil that's always dilated, so she's got one black eye, one yellow eye.
Cool. It's the David Bowie of penguins.
Definitely. They're a bit of a freaky couple. Toby's got a bit of a fetish with sticks.
Okay.
And every year he constructs his nest using sticks and at times bones.
Okay.
No idea where he finds the bones, but he somehow manages it.
I wouldn't ask. I mean, obviously he's just a dude by himself with his big stick and this bone nest.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's like got wives hanging out, got a house. I mean, he's living the Kiwi dream right now.
Oh, definitely. I feel that one quite relatable to a yellow-eyed penguin, so for the most part, they're solitary. Oh, he's just
He's going for a walk. Or he's spotted us and he's coming for our bones.
Oh, I hope not the bones. It'd be pretty terrifying. They don't like to see neighbours when they're at home.
Right.
So from his nesting box, if he can see another nesting pair, it's too close.
Yeah.
So they'll move apart.
No, you always got to be careful of penguin peeping toms.
Yeah, we have had a couple of those over the years.
What, really?
Yeah, we had an old boy called Jim. His wife moved on to a younger male and he would just kind of lurk in the bushes nearby and watch.
Oh, I mean, Jim, you got to let it go, mate. So, crack squad ready to break all the other animals out of the zoo.
The more you watch them and the more you get to know them, the more you love them. But as well as that, they're just your classic Kiwi character. They're not so social species. They're also our bird of the year this year.
Oh, really?
Crown champion, first ever seabird. Their numbers are declining dramatically. So to be a part of this, to be able to work with them and help them as much as we can is an incredible feeling.
Whatever happened to Jim? Did he find someone, or did he just go into the ocean and not come back?
After his wife moved on to somebody else, he just remained a bachelor, and he moved into a house nearby where he could see them as they came home.
Oh, Jim, no, mate, you're ruining yourself. It's like drinking whiskey and late into the night, listening to Tom Waits.
Yeah.
Jim, you gotta move on.
We did feel quite sorry for him. He was 25 years old and the new boy was only 5.
We don't want to shame anyone. Love works in mysterious ways in the penguin world.
Next up, this beautiful spot is Cable Bay. We were going to spend a day here, but instead we're saving the nation. Unfortunately, I've woken up with a bit of a blocked nose and a very light cough.